Hello there, Nadia. Well, all progress for the moment seems to be stalled. The Pentagon has confirmed that US military evacuations from Kabul's airport remain suspended. There had been hopes that they would be able to start up again at some point during the afternoon or evening. So far, that is not the case. They have not been able, it seems, to restore the necessary security at the airport to let the military flights continue those evacuations. And of course, we all saw those heartbreaking scenes of chaos at Kabul airport, and thousands of people breached the walls of the airport and got onto the military zone of that airport. There is a civilian side as well, where civilian flights have been suspended since yesterday, but now it seems the military flights also have been suspended. You know, we saw people mobbing the runways, clinging onto the undercarriages of US military aircraft as they flew out of Kabul, and people there dropping to their death in images, shocking images, which will no doubt be played throughout the ages as just the sign of this chaos, this deadly chaos surrounding the evacuation. US officials are saying to the Associated Press news agency that at least 7 people had died in the chaos at the airport. And so far, it seems they haven't been able to restore the necessary conditions. But what we understand at this point is at some point, hopefully, those will resume, and military flights run by the US and other Western nations getting their nationals and people who've worked with them out of Kabul will continue before any civilian or charter aircraft or any flights can resume. And we know there are many, many people on waiting lists to try and get on those flights as well.
Yeah, many people on waiting lists, Catherine. Do we know who those people are who are currently trying to flee Kabul through the airport?
Yeah, there are many kinds of people. I mean, even in the days before Kabul fell to the Taliban, there were long lines of people outside passport offices and consulates from around the world, people really spending days trying to get the necessary paperwork to leave Afghanistan. Just talking about the French embassy, I've been speaking to some of the French diplomatic staff over the past few days. They say there are around 50 French nationals remaining in Afghanistan, but those aren't the majority of people they're hoping to evacuate. They're actually hoping also to evacuate Afghans who've been working with them as interpreters, embassy staff, security personnel, and they say that they're going to try and evacuate other people who they esteem to be vulnerable, such as human rights workers, activists for women's rights, and they say anyone really who can try and cut through the administrative chaos which is in place at the moment and the physical chaos of getting to the embassies and the airports and getting in touch with the staff. Anyone who can make a good case, they're hoping to try and take. So that's just one illustration. And that, of course, is multiplied across the different diplomatic consulates operating out mainly of Kabul's international airport now. They've been moved from their embassy buildings in a majority. So we know that the British consulate has been inundated with requests as well, as other European nations, and the US, who they say they're going to continue expanding their evacuation scheme, but it's looking likely to be a very long and chaotic process.
Catherine Norris Trent for us there. Thank you very much indeed.